Hi students, I came before you to discuss regarding the different contraceptive devices, and don't neglect this topic and try to acquire some knowledge regarding these contraceptive devices without any delay. Okay, we move further and discuss regarding the different types of contraceptive devices. Okay, before going to discuss regarding the different types of contraceptive devices, initially you have to know what is meant by this contraception. Okay, this contraception is defined as the intentional prevention of conception through the use of various devices, sexual practices, chemicals, drugs, or the surgical procedures. Okay, this you can call it as a contraception. Okay, we'll see what is the actual need for this contraception. Okay, well, first we'll see that is regarding the protection against unwanted pregnancy. Clear? And if you see, that is a number of women and men of reproductive age is going to be increasing in number, so they want to or they wish to regulate the fertility and have a fewer children. Clear? See, then what happens? So definitely they have to go for this contraceptive methods. And if you see, between the ages of 20 and 44, a fertile sexually active woman is potentially capable of giving birth about 12 times. Is it clear? So that means definitely at the age of 20 and 44, women, you will call it as a fertile and they able to give about 12 times birth. Clear? See, even if she breastfeeds each baby for 1 year, okay, definitely to avoid any abortions, she has to successfully practice the birth control. Okay, this is regarding this is the protection against the unwanted pregnancy. Okay, next we'll see what is the reason behind going for this contraception. Is the second foremost reason is the protection against sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, if you see, the transmission of several sexually transmitted diseases and HIV AIDS is greater from infected man to uninfected woman than the reverse. Clear? See, what is the reason behind most of the women is going to be affected with these sexually transmitted diseases but not the men? And the reason behind that is the vagina offers a large mucosal surface exposed to the partner's sexual secretions and a more conductive environment for microbial growth than the penile surface in case of man. Is it clear? So therefore biologically women are more vulnerable to the sexually transmitted diseases when compared to the men. Clear? So what happens? The infected semen stays in the vagina for a while. A man can infect the woman more effectively. Is it clear? So also semen contains higher concentration of virus than the women sexual secretions. Thus men are twice more effective as transmitters of sexually transmitted diseases than the women. So definitely they have to follow some of these contraceptive methods to prevent these sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, we'll see what are the different methods of contraception. There are a variety of methods that are available for this contraception. The first one is the traditional methods, and the next one is the modern methods. And these modern methods, which can also includes the hormonal methods, emergency contraceptive pills, and the third one is the barrier methods of birth control, and the third one you will call it as a surgical methods. Okay, and further we'll discuss in detail regarding each methods. We'll see regarding the different traditional methods, which includes the withdrawal or coitus interruptus, and the second method you will call it as a rhythm method. Okay, first we'll see what is this withdrawal or the coitus interruptus. Okay, in this method what happens? The penis is withdrawn or removed from the vagina before ejaculation. Okay, definitely in this method both the partners definitely require some trust as well as commitment, okay, to go for this withdrawal or the coitus interruptus. Okay, we'll see what are the advantages of this withdrawal method or the coitus interruptus method. If you see here, that is 78 to 96% it is effective. when compared to the other methods, and it is better than using no birth control methods at all. That means there is no need of using any kind of pills here, and it doesn't cost at all. And here there is no need of going for a doctor or any healthcare provider, and there is no use of any chemicals or the hormones like other different methods are available. That is where we are using the different types of chemicals or the hormones, but here there is no need of using any such kind of chemicals or hormones, and we can go for at any time in this withdrawal or the coitus interruptus. Okay, next we'll go for the different disadvantages regarding this coitus interruptus. Here if you see, the males cannot always accurately control when they will ejaculate. Clear? And the next one is the judgment may be impaired by alcohol or the drugs. If any man they are taking this alcohol or the drugs, definitely the judgment may be impaired, which may affect the self-control process. Okay, this is also one of the disadvantage regarding this method. And next one is maybe some sperms will be remaining in the pre-ejaculate. And next one is so should be used with another method of birth control. Definitely if you are going for this method, definitely you have to go for another method of birth control. And next disadvantage here, which doesn't protect against any sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, the next traditional method is the rhythm method. Okay, this rhythm method, here what happens is intercourse is going to be avoided on the fertile days. Okay, that means we have already discussed regarding in detail about the menstrual cycle. That means when the ovum is going to be released and all those things we had seen in the previous classes. Here that means which determines, that means the fertile days. Okay, during that period definitely the intercourse is going to be avoided. That method you will call it as a rhythm method. Okay, in this rhythm method definitely which requires the predicting the ovulation process. That means when the ovum is going to be released, we have to predict prior to the intercourse. Okay, the period when the woman is most fertile by recording the menstrual patterns. Okay, definitely by recording the menstrual patterns they have to predict the ovulation during the menstrual periods. Okay, in that periods what happens, definitely they have to avoid this intercourse, and this method you will call it as a rhythm method. Okay, we'll see what are the advantages of this rhythm method. Here the cost is very little and it is very safe to use, and here requires no medication and produces no side effects because we are not using any kind of medications here, and it can be stopped easily and immediately if you decide you want to get pregnant. Is it clear? So these are some advantages regarding this rhythm method. Okay, what are the disadvantages regarding this rhythm method? That means only a small proportion of individuals only can actually identify the fertile period, but it is difficult for all the individuals to identify the fertile period. Okay, this is one of the disadvantage regarding this method. And next one is it cannot be used by women who have irregular periods. That means some individuals have, some women having some irregular periods because of some hormonal changes. Definitely in that case we cannot go for this type of rhythm method. And the third disadvantage is definitely which requires some careful record keeping for calculating the safe periods. Okay, this is one of the some of the vast procedure to record the calculating the safe period. So this is one of the disadvantage regarding this rhythm method. Okay, that's all students regarding the traditional methods, and next we'll go further with the modern methods of contraception. The first one is the hormonal methods, and these hormonal methods which includes the birth control pills, transdermal patches and contraceptive rings, and also the injection method. Okay, the second method, modern method, includes that is emergency contraceptive pills, and the third one is the barrier methods. Okay, that barrier methods which includes the condoms of both males as well as the females, and next one is the sponge, and finally the spermicide. Okay, let's go on further in details regarding each methods. Okay, we'll see what are the different hormonal methods. The first one is the birth control pill. In case of this birth control pill, a pill is taken once a day. That means one day we have to take only one pill, and most commonly their 28-day pack is going to be available here. Okay, in that 28-day pack, what happens, there is a 21 days of hormones and the 7 days of reminders. See, what is this 21 days hormone? That means 21 tablets having the hormones, and the remaining 7 tablets which doesn't have any hormones, that you will call it as a reminder pills, or you will also call it as a placebo pills. See, that means which doesn't have any hormones but they are having, that is like iron or other supplements will be present in that placebo pills. See, why they have to take these kind of placebo pills during the last week? Because it helps to remind to take your pill every day and start your next pack on time. Okay, to for this reason they have to take these kind of placebo pills, and during the week whenever they are going to take this type of placebo pills, definitely there is a chance of getting the periods. And next one is not only this 28 days pack is available, and also 21-day pack is also available regarding this birth control pills, and regarding this 21 days pack, and there will be no reminder pills in this case, and also continuous pills are also available. See, mainly if you see this birth control pills, they are going to be contains the female hormones like progesterone and estrogen, or simply they are also having only progesterone also, that you will call it as progesterone only pills. This will be taken by the women who are not able to take the estrogens. And if you see the mechanism, mainly these type of birth control pills going to be stops the ovaries from releasing the eggs. That means which will be totally preventing the ovulation process. And not only that, this can also changes the lining of the uterus and makes it difficult for the egg to attach to the walls of the uterus. And next one is with can also thickens the cervical mucus and makes it more difficult for the sperm to travel into the uterus. Okay, we'll see what are the advantages of these birth control pills. The first one is 91 to 99.7%. This is very effective. And next one is the menstrual periods may be shorter in length and lighter in flow. Okay, see, this is because this reduction in blood flow may be because the hormone dosage in the pills are very low. See, this because of this very low dosage of hormones in the pills, which do not stimulate the uterus to build up the thick lining. Clear? See, that's why what happens, the menstrual periods may be very shorter in length, those who are taking these kind of birth control pills. And next one is which can also regulate the periods. How which will be regulating the periods here? Because these pills allows the endometrial lining to be shed every week. Okay, definitely what happens, these pills are allowing the endometrial lining to be shed every 4 weeks. See, definitely they are going to be regulating the periods. And next one is these kind of birth control pills may also reduce the risk of some cancers of the reproductive system. Clear? If you see, if they are using these kind of birth control pills, definitely they are having this type of hormones, that is estrogen, progesterone, those are going to be suppress the endometrial cell proliferation. Clear? So what happens, definitely there is a chance of decreasing the endometrial cancers. And next one is this can also improve the acne. Why? Because the pills, whatever the pills they are having consisting of these natural hormones, these are going to be decreasing the circulation of androgens automatically, which will be decreasing the production of sebum. Okay, which can improve the acne problems also. And next one is this can allows for spontaneous sex, and this condition will be easily reversible. We'll go to the disadvantages of these birth control pills. The first one is no protection against sexually transmitted diseases. And next one is should be taken about the same time every day to keep a steady level of hormones in the body. Okay, this is one of the disadvantage here. If you see, whatever the pills we are taking here, definitely we have to take the same time every day to maintain the steady level of hormones in the body. Okay, next one is because of taking these kind of pills, there may be a chance of some side effects you are going to be observed, that is like stomach upset, breast tenderness, bleeding between periods, as well as headache. Okay, these are some adverse effects or the side effects you are going to be observed whenever you are taking these kind of birth control pills. And next one is women with certain conditions may not be able to take the pill due to increased risk of blood clots. Clear? See, that means suppose if any woman, those who are smokers over the age of 35 years, and if any woman having the high blood pressure, definitely they are not able to take these kind of pills. Why? Because there is a chance of increasing risk of blood clots. Next hormonal method is a transdermal patch. Here if you see, the patch is a 4 centimeter square of polyester containing the female hormones, both estrogen and progesterone. See, like same like birth control pills, the composition will be same in case of this transdermal patch, which is having both estrogen and progesterone. Okay, we have to place this transdermal patch on upper arm, buttocks, as well as the abdomen. Okay, whenever if you are keeping this type of transdermal patch, the hormones are going to be absorbed through the skin. And if you see the mechanism, which will be similar to that of birth control pills. Why? Because both are having the same hormones, that is estrogen and progesterone, like which will be preventing the ovulation process, and which will be thickens the cervical mucus, and there will be a changes in the lining of the uterus. Okay, if anybody using these kind of transdermal patches, the patch is going to be changed every week for 3 weeks. Okay, that means we have to use for 3 weeks, and for every week we have to keep only one patch. Okay, and at the fourth week, there is no need of wearing any patch. On the fourth week, definitely you will have your regular periods. Okay, we'll see some of the advantages regarding this transdermal patch. Okay, it is also 91 to 99.7% which is effective, and which is menstrual periods may be shorter in length and lighter in flow, same like that of birth control pills, and which can also regulate the periods, and there may be a reduce the risk of some cancers of the reproductive system, and here there is less chance of stomach upset. Why? Because this we are taking in the form of patch, because if you are taking in the form of oral route, definitely there is a chance of stomach upset, but here we are not taking through the oral route, in the form of patch we are taking, so there is less chance of stomach upset here, which can also improve the acne and allows for spontaneous sex, and which is also easily reversible. And here one of the advantages, do not have to remember to take a pill every day. Why? Because for every week we are changing the patch, and here we are not taking the pill daily, so there is no need of remembering to take a pill every day. Okay, we'll go for the disadvantages regarding this transdermal patch. Here also no protection against sexually transmitted diseases, and it may be less effective for women who weighs more than 90 kgs. See, why? Because if anybody who okay, their weight will be more than 90 kgs, definitely what happens through the skin, okay, the drug cannot be absorbed properly. Okay, that is the reason behind that, because more amount of fat has been deposited beneath the skin, so less effectively the absorption of drugs is going to be taking place. The next one is possible skin irritation where the patch is placed. Okay, there is a chance of skin irritation. Why? Because we are continuously using for a week. Okay, one patch we are using for a week, definitely there will be a skin irritation where the patch is going to be placed. And next one is, must remember to change the patch as directed for it to work properly. Okay, if it want to work properly, definitely we have to remember to change the patch as directed. And next one is it can also shown some side effects like breast tenderness, bleeding between the periods, and also the headache. And next one is very small chance of the patch becoming loose or falling off. Okay, there is a very less chances of the patch becoming loose or falling off. Next one is, this also contraindicated in case of smokers over the age of 35 years and high blood pressure, because which may chances leads to the blood clots. Next method is the contraceptive ring. Okay, during this process, flexible ring is inserted into the vagina and releases the female hormones, both estrogen and progesterone. Here, see here the hormones are absorbed through the lining of the vagina, and if you see the mechanism here also, which can stops the ovaries from releasing the eggs, and that means which will be preventing the ovulation process, which can also thickens the cervical mucus and makes it more difficult for the sperms to travel into the uterus, and changes the lining of the uterus and makes it difficult for the egg to attach to the walls of the uterus. Okay, once if you are using this kind of contraceptive ring, definitely the hormones will be stayed in the vagina for 21 days. Then this ring we are keeping in the vagina for 21 days, and then we are going to be removed for 7 days. In that 7 days there will be a chance of your regular periods. Okay, whenever those who are using this kind of contraceptive ring, the females must feel comfortable to insert and remove the ring on their own. The advantages of the contraceptive ring includes 91 to 99.7% which is effective, which can also regulate the periods, and here does not need to be removed before or after intercourse. Okay, this is one of the unique advantage regarding this contraceptive ring. That means does not need to be removed before or after intercourse, and there is a less chance of nausea than the other hormonal choices, and which can also allows for spontaneous sex. One size fits all the females. Okay, and next one is it is easily reversible and do not have to remember to take a pill every day. We'll see the disadvantages regarding the contraceptive ring. Here there is no protection against sexually transmitted diseases, and there is a chance of some side effects. And next one is may accidentally slip out. This is one of the unique disadvantage regarding this contraceptive ring, and women with certain conditions they cannot be able to take this kind of contraceptive ring, like smokers over the age of 35 years and with high blood pressures. And next one is maybe a chance of causing the vaginal irritation because some women may get bacterial vaginosis. The last hormonal method is the injection method. Okay, in this method the injection that contains only the female hormone, that is progesterone. Here it doesn't contain any estrogen here. Okay, and must have the injection every 12 weeks by the healthcare provider. That means it cannot be taken by own. Definitely this can be injected for every 12 weeks by the healthcare provider. And if you see the mechanism, which will be preventing the ovulation process and which thickens the cervical mucus and makes it more difficult for the sperm to travel into the uterus. And some of the advantages of this injection method, it is 94 to 99.8% effective, and each injection lasts for 12 weeks. Clear. And next one is which is effective right away if you get your first injection during the first few days of a normal period. And next one is only you know that you are using this method, nobody knows that you are using this kind of injection method. And next one is which can allows for spontaneous sex, and next here also the periods may be shorter in length and lighter in flow, and can be used by women who are unable to use estrogen also, and this is reversible and do not have to remember to take a pill every day. We'll go for the disadvantages regarding this injection method. This also no protection against sexually transmitted diseases, and they can observe some side effects like menstrual bleeding patterns, weight gain, breast tenderness, mood changes, as well as the headaches. And here the important disadvantage regarding this injection method is there is a slower return of fertility. That means not recommended if you plan to become pregnant in the next 1 to 2 years. That means here there is a slower return of fertility you are going to be observed in this method. And next one is if you see the side effects that can last up to 6 to 8 months after the last injection. Okay, next we'll go for the second method, that is emergency contraceptive pills. Okay, see this type of pills that must be taken as soon as possible after unprotected sex to help to prevent pregnancy. That means within 24 to 48 hours definitely we have to take this kind of emergency pill. Okay, this pill containing only the progesterone but not the estrogen here, and if you see the mechanism, this is going to be prevents the ovulation process and egg from meeting or prevent a fertilized egg from attaching to the walls of the uterus. Okay, and if you see this kind of emergency pills does not replace the regular method of birth control pills. Okay, if you see regarding the advantages of this emergency contraceptive pill, here one pill is enough, and here if you see that is 95% effective within the first 24 hours. That means if you are taking immediately within 24 hours, which will be effective as 95%, and 61% effective between 48 and 72 hours. Clear? See, that means definitely we have to take this pill within 24 hours for the 95% effectiveness of this pill. Okay, here there is no need to see a doctor and available from the pharmacist and on the shelf in some pharmacy. Clear? If we are already pregnant, then this kind of emergency contraceptive pill will not cause any abortion or harm to the fetus. Next are some disadvantages regarding this emergency contraceptive pill. The first one is no protection against sexually transmitted diseases, and one of the important thing is here we have to take within 72 hours of the vaginal intercourse. Clear? If you are taking after 72 hours, definitely this kind of pills will not work out to prevent any kind of pregnancy. And next one is the side effects may include the nausea, mild stomach upset, tiredness, headache or spotting, and no protection from pregnancy with future sexual intercourse. That means at that particular sexual intercourse only this kind of pill will be useful. Okay, maybe less effective in women over that is 75 to 80 kgs. We'll see what are the different barrier methods. Okay, the first one is the male condoms. This male condoms, if you see, this is made up of very thin, usually made up of latex, thin sheath. Okay, this is generally a thin sheath which will be made up of latex, and which also available in polyurethane, for those who are latex sensitive. And next one is this type of condoms which can covers an erect penis and prevents the sperm from meeting the egg. Okay, can be used with a water based lubricant. Okay, definitely if we are using this type of condoms, we have to use some water based lubricants that can be available along with these condoms. And next one is can be used with other birth control methods to increase the effectiveness. Okay, we'll go on to the advantages of these male condoms, that is 82 to 98% effective, and which can prevent the pregnancy and helps to prevent the sexually transmitted infections, and available from a variety of locations, that means such as from pharmacies, grocery stores, sexual health clinics. Okay, anywhere these type of condoms will be available, and no need to see a doctor or a healthcare provider. Okay, they can use by on their own, and both partners can buy and carry the condoms. Next, the disadvantages regarding this male condoms. Can only be used once. That means if we are using once, next time which cannot be used the same condom. And next one is need to put the condom on correctly before any sexual contact takes place. Okay, next one is spermicides. Okay, sometimes what happens, spermicides are present in the condoms. Okay, these spermicides are nothing but which is a sort of chemicals. Okay, that will be killing the sperms. Okay, that you will call it as spermicides. Okay, condoms which are made up of these spermicides or latex. Okay, latex sensitivity may cause irritation to the skin. Okay, may break or slip if not used correctly. Okay, if the condoms are not used correctly, definitely there is a chance of breakage or the slipping of these condoms. Okay, novelty or joke condoms are not meant to protect against that is sexually transmitted infections. Okay students, the next one is the female condoms. Okay, if you see, this is okay, similar to that of male condoms, but which will be made up of polyurethane sheath, okay, that contains two rings. Okay, one ring is inserted all the way up to the top of the vagina, and the other ring sits outside the opening of the vagina. So what happens during the intercourse, the penis then goes inside the female condom. Regarding the advantages, it is 79 to 95% effective. Okay, it can also available from a variety of locations, and no need to see a doctor or a healthcare provider, and helps to prevent the sexually transmitted infections and helps to prevent pregnancy, and non-latex, so may be used by people who have latex sensitivity. Okay, those who are latex sensitivity, they can use non-latex products of condoms also. If you see regarding the disadvantages, which can also be used only once, okay, user must feel comfortable inserting the condom into the vagina. Okay, if it is not comfortable, they cannot use this type of condoms. And next one is, need to insert female condom correctly before any sexual contact takes place. Okay, definitely they have to insert correctly inside the inside the vagina, otherwise what happens, okay, it will not work out. And next one is, must be cautious that the penis goes into the condom and not in beside the condom during the intercourse. And next one is, may cause noise during the intercourse. Okay students, that's all regarding the condoms. And next we'll see regarding the sponge. Okay, if you see this sponge, generally this is a small soft foam sponge is inserted into the vagina to cover the cervix. Okay, generally this you are using to cover the cervix, and must be moistened with water before being inserted into the vagina to activate spermicide that kills the sperms. That means if you see the sponge which will be made up of these spermicides, so why we are going to be moistening with water to activate this spermicide? We have to definitely moisten with water before using this type of sponges, okay, which will be helps to prevent the sperms from reaching the cervix. Okay, can be inserted at any time before sex, but must stay in the place for at least 6 hours after last intercourse. Clear? Definitely it has to stay at least 6 hours after last intercourse. Okay, must not be left in the vagina for more than 30 hours total. Okay, you remember these precautions you have to take care before using this type of sponge. Clear? At least 6 hours it should be stay after intercourse, and it should not be left in the vagina for more than 30 hours. Okay, can be used with condoms to increase protection against pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections. We'll see regarding the advantages, 76 to 91% effective, no need to see a doctor or a healthcare provider. Okay, which can also available at various stores, and it is also non-latex, so there is a less chances of skin irritation. Okay, may be used for more than one act of intercourse without adding more spermicide here, and one size fits for all females. Next we go on to the disadvantages, and no protection against sexually transmitted infections, and spermicide may cause some irritation, so therefore increasing risk of HIV if exposed. Okay, if left in the vagina for more than 30 hours may lead to toxic shock syndrome. Okay, I already told you should not keep this sponge for not more than 30 hours. Clear? If you are keeping for more than 30 hours, definitely which will be leading to the toxic shock syndrome. Okay, next one is, cannot be used during the menstrual periods. Okay, female must be comfortable with insertion and removal, otherwise they cannot use this type of sponge. And next one is, frequent use can cause vaginal irritation and increasing risk of infections. Next method is the spermicides. Okay, if you see the spermicides we have discussed already, that means which is a chemical that kills the sperms or make the sperm unable to move towards the egg. Okay, if you see sometimes what happens, this spermicide that is made up of one chemical that you will call it as non-oxynol 9. Okay, this non-oxynol 9 which will be preventing that is from sperm to entering into the uterus. Okay, that means this can be available in different forms, that is including foam, gel as well as the films. Okay, all methods are inserted into the vagina before sexual activity. Okay, see, definitely the instructions will be available along with these spermicides for each method before use, as insertion times may vary. Clear, and can be used alone or we can use along with other birth control methods to increase the effectiveness. Okay, the advantages regarding the spermicides, it is only 72 to 82% effective when used alone without any condoms. Okay, no need to see a doctor or a healthcare provider. Available at different pharmacy sections of many stores and at sexual health clinics. Okay, here spermicides which may also act as a lubricant here. Okay, and if you go on to see regarding some disadvantages of these spermicides which cannot give protection against the sexually transmitted infections. Okay, and this spermicide, there is a chance of causing some irritation, therefore increasing risk of HIV or sexually transmitted infections if exposed. Okay, next we will go on to the different surgical methods. Okay, the first one is intrauterine device. Okay, if you see this intrauterine devices, okay, this is a very small T-shaped device that is inserted into the uterus by the healthcare provider. Okay, that means this type of devices cannot be used by their own, definitely, which requires the help of the healthcare provider. Okay, if you see this T-shaped device, that may or may not contain the hormones. Okay, if it doesn't contain any hormones, that you will call it as non-hormonal intrauterine device. Okay, suppose if this device which is having the hormones, then what happens, which will be preventing the egg from meeting the sperm and attaching to the walls of the uterus. Okay, this is the hormonal intrauterine device. Clear, and contains the hormone, mainly the progesterone, which is released slowly into the bloodstream. Okay, see, because of that what happens, which will be thickens the cervical mucus and makes it more difficult for the sperm to travel into the uterus. And next one is changes the lining of the uterus and makes it difficult for the egg to attach to the walls of the uterus. Okay, which also prevents the ovulation process. The advantages of these intrauterine devices, like 99.2 99.8% it is effective. It is once inserted, nothing to be remembered this thing, and once it is removed by a healthcare provider, definitely the fertility which will be returns to the normal. Okay, can be inserted 6 weeks after the childbirth, and which will be allowing the spontaneous sex, and we can be used by women who are unable to use estrogen due to health risks, and women over 35 years who smoke or breastfeeding women can also use these type of intrauterine devices, because which doesn't contain any estrogen, which is having only the progesterone. Okay, can be left in place for up to 5 years before it needs to be changed. Okay, depending upon the brand, definitely we have to left in the place for up to 5 years. Okay, do not have to remember to take a pill every day. Okay, if you see regarding the disadvantages, which is not giving any protection against the sexually transmitted infections. Okay, and next one is damage to the uterus at the time of insertion, and if infections are rare. Clear, see, that means definitely there will be a damage to the uterus at the time of insertions. Okay, and it is possible that intrauterine device can be slip out of the uterus. Okay, that means most likely just after insertion there is a chance of slip out of the uterus. Next surgical methods are the vasectomy and tubectomy. Tubectomy also known as tubal ligation. Okay, see, vasectomy means that you are going to be observed in case of the males, and tubectomy that you are going to be observed in case of the females. Okay, if you see this vasectomy, that is nothing but the tubes that is going to be carrying the sperms, you will call it as a vas deferens. Is it clear that vas deferens are either closed, or we can cut that vas deferens, or we have to tied, or we have to clip that type of vas deferens. Okay, that means it will not interferes with the sexual desire, performance or enjoyment of sex for either male or the female. Okay, which is a simple surgical procedure. Simply we are closing that vas deferens, or we are cutting, or we are going to be tying that okay, vas deferens, or we are clipping that vas deferens. Okay, that is in case of the males. And tubectomy, which is nothing but the tubes, okay, where the eggs would become fertilized by the sperms. Okay, that you will call it as a fallopian tubules. Clear that fallopian tubules are either closed or either cut or tied or clipped. Okay, this you will call it as a tubectomy or tubal ligation in case of the females. We go on to the advantages of this vasectomy or tubectomy. It is 99.5 to 99.9% which is effective, and if you see, this is a long term method of birth control. Okay, and sometimes this may also consider as a permanent method of birth control. Okay, it is a good choice if a male or female is assured that they do not want to have any more children. Okay, in that case this is a very good choice. And next one is surgical procedures performed in a doctor's office or a hospital under under a local or general anesthesia. If you see the disadvantages, some minor risks are associated with the surgery. That includes the pain, bleeding, infection and complications with the anesthetics, and this also not giving any protection against the sexually transmitted infections, and very difficult and expensive to reverse the procedure. Okay, and often is not successful also. Okay, that's all students regarding the different contraceptive devices. If you have any doubts, you can ping me personally. Thank you so much for your patient listening of all these slides. Thank you so much.